gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, a little technical glitch there. Welcome everybody, hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully you can hear my audio. Yesterday I had a little issue there. I'm not probably to do a Telegram, but yeah, get in there and let me know if audio is all good. Welcome though, your host Superman in the house, and we're going to be covering PulseChain, and maybe we'll find out a bit more about the mystery PulseChain sack gone down from number 5 down to 51. And of course, all that ETH has gone on its merry way through Tornado Cash. So we're going to talk all about that. What else? Yeah, I've actually got to post the links. We're going to be talking about Torus and Unity today. We're going to go over that in a decent, fulsome way. So hopefully that's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have some other projects coming up soon. So that's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be covering a lot of new projects. We're doing some new segments in the show. So hopefully that will be, really, really fun. So let me just post a link here to the Torus and the Unity live show now, I guess. What are we going to say there? Bam. And bam. All right. So that is the link there. And I guess I have to say that I'm covering Unity, covering Unity and Pulse. Live show now, covering, was it Torus and Unity? Torus and Unity. Yeah, there we go. All right, bam. All right, now I can just copy that over and go over to the Unity team, and that's all over there too. So it's pretty cool. All right, need a central command. All right, so that is cool. I think we're looking good. Well, at least I'm an admin over on the Unity one, so it makes it not so bad. I won't get myself banned. Anyway, get into the chat there. We got L says it's good. Oh, fantastic. Appreciate that. And Zen to the Moon says RH bought some tourists. That's all. That's all. Good. It's good to hear that. We got the link there. Of course, don't forget to share it on the show. That really helps a lot. Yeah, helps a lot there. Hopefully, I'm going to go get a haircut today. I'm well overdue, I think. So we'll get the old Superman haircut back. All right, I think that's it. Is that it? I think so. Let's actually post the show in the Kryptonite Show Telegram. If you guys haven't joined the Kryptonite Show Telegram, definitely go join over there. We're going to be doing a bit of a campaign to build that back, go to the next level, basically. We did really well in our first campaign, and we're going to go to the next level on it. And we're going to bring a lot of teams into the Kryptonite Show Telegram, or at least we're going to encourage them to get in there because we've got some new stuff coming up, and sure a lot of the teams will be really excited about that. So yeah, get in there, folks. If you are a team founder or project leader, get into the Kryptonite Show Telegram. The link's in the video description. If you're on X, of course, go to the top, and we're going to shake things up. We're going to shake things up because we really feel like things are about to turn to the upside big time now. We kind of had the big liquidation event. We've got PulseChain SAC on the move. Richard Hart is X Firestorms on X. It's really starting to look good, guys. And we're expected to see this big little altcoin run, ETH run into the end of the year. So looking good there. Now we still have the 1st of November with the Chinese rare earths and the tariffs there, but I think we might end up getting a good result up with the upcoming meeting. So fingers crossed on all that, and things settle down. We saw, of course, today, President Trump with Australia doing another rare earths deal. Have you noticed this trend with the rare earths? Because obviously it's one of the big leverage points that China's got, given the fact that they do a lot of the dirty processing, so something like 80% of the dirty processing. It's quite a dirty business, processing rare earths. But looks like, deals being done with Pakistan, I think it was, Argentina, and now Australia, I think, are the three. And so, yeah, they're trying to do this. Now, this should have been done a long time ago, but Trump's doing it now because he's doing the common sense things, right? We used to have to put up with liberals' policies. Remember that? They're all so stupid. And that's how we got ourselves where we are now. And, of course, then liberals got taken over by the extreme progressives of the left. And now they're pretty much insane. So it's gone from bad to insane. That's pretty much it. But Trump's in the house cleaning shop, which is kind of cool. All right, so we're going to get in and talk about the markets, I guess, since we are a crypto show. And let's do that. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well. Get in the chat. I'm just fixing up my mic if you're wondering what I'm doing. Taking a little bit of time here to get started, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, there was a nice little giveaway, an ETH NFT giveaway. In fact, some of them might still be out there. We might talk about that too coming up. Let me just close a few things down here as well. And let's see here. Let's close that down. I think we're looking good. What else do I need up? I need that up. Yeah, I've been doing so busy today, so a little bit behind. Normally I have everything set up, but unfortunately today not so much. So let us get things set up here. Now it is Tuesday here in New Zealand, so I guess we've got the stock market to quickly talk about as well. So we're going to pull that up as well. And don't forget to get in the chat if you want me to look at something. Let me know in the chat. That'll be really useful. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels, of course, and on the X, so 4 different channels. Kind of fun. So we've got that set up. I think we're going to do one more, and then I'll have to set up a little bit of stuff later on because we're going to talk about certain things. But let's get into that too. And in fact, we had a Richard Hart post, so I might as well bring that up, right? Talk about Richard Hart. I think so. He's been pretty excitable lately, and I love it. It's great. Get the animation there. We've got must be overloading X here. Richard Hart, the man, the myth, and the legend. All right, we're going to talk about that. Looks like X is taking a little time to render itself. Oh, everything's taking a little bit of time there. What's going on here? What is going on? All right, so let's get into it. Let's go into the show and get going. All right. Yeah, I've got a lot of stoppages. What's going on? Got some stoppages going on here. All right, so we've got the stock market there. S&P 500 jumps ahead of busy week of major earnings. Earnings season, ching ching. So we got the Dow Jones up 1.1%. That's a really good jump, isn't it? 515 points. Wow. 46,706. Now, how's that doing compared to all-time high? Probably pretty good. The chart's not even updating very fast today. I don't know what's going on here. We've got some power shortages. Now, we're going to get into one PulseChain. I got a little insight into there, so we're going to get up to there. But S&P 500 up 1% as well to 6,735. We've got the Nasdaq up 1.4%, 310 points to 2,299, 990, I should say. So really amazing stuff going on right now with the stock market there. We are in record territory on all the markets. Isn't that fantastic? Really is exciting, guys. All right, so let's have a look here. What we've got going. We've got sentiment lifted by easing U.S.-China tensions, and of course, the U.S. shutdown continues. Sentiment received a boost after President Trump suggested that his proposed triple-digit tariffs on China were not sustainable, raising hopes that trade tensions between the two large economies in the world could be smoothed over. Trump also confirmed that a meeting later this month with Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in South Korea will go ahead, adding in a televised television interview that the US is going to be fine with China. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent later said he expects to meet the Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng this week in a bid to prevent an escalation of the levies. China state news sources noted that he and Bessent held constructive discussions and had agreed to conduct fresh trade discussions as soon as possible. Heightened US-China tensions had battered Wall Street earlier in October, with stock benchmarks falling from record highs after Trump threatened to impose 100% tariffs against China, drawing sharp rebuke from Beijing. Data released earlier Monday showed that China's economy grew slightly more than expected in the third quarter 2025, which I think was just over about 4.5%, somewhere in that ballpark, but at its slowest pace in the year amid persistent headwinds from rampant disinflation and US trade tensions. Hopes that the government shutdown also, which entered its third week, could be nearing her end. It was given a boost following remarks from White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett, who's really good if you haven't checked him out. I think the Schumer shutdown is likely to end sometime this week. And, of course, they just had that big No Kings march, which is ridiculous, right? And, of course, Trump said, I'm no king, certainly no king. If there's no king, they would know about it, right? They'll know about it. But, yeah, that's the irony of it, right? You think a king's going to let a big crowd of crazy Democrats run around? and do what they do over there. I don't think so. So there's the irony. So that is where we are with the markets right now. And let's go to the Fed rate monitor. Actually, let's go to the commodities. We got the West Texas oil now at $56.93. That's down slightly. Brent oil at $60.93. Amazing, isn't it? I mean, look at these oil prices. Look at this. Let's go to the West Texas. Hopefully, it's going to update. Give it a second. Or delayed, is it? I don't know. It's just delayed. Anyway, so yeah, we were all the way up here when Trump came in at $81, and now we're at $60. We're down over $20, over $20. So President Trump, man, delivering. Remember, there's two main inputs. One into the physical markets, which is oil, affects everything. Pretty much 90% of products. And then the other one is interest rates, right? And we've just started the interest rate cycle decline, and he doesn't have control over that. Of course, Democrats basically have control of that. So, but the cycle does seem to have just started on the downside. So we've got gold at the moment, $4,381. Amazing, right? Gold, amazing there. Or record highs as well for gold, 43.80. Some, of course, expecting a partial rotation from gold into crypto, particularly maybe Bitcoin, because obviously a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to converge on the gold market cap, if not surpass it, right? That's what we're looking forward to in the future. Silver as well at $51.42. Man, times have changed, right? And now in real terms, of course, these commodities got a long way to go compared to, say, the 1980s and 90s. So there's still, a lot of people are expecting this particular bull run on gold and silver to really run. The other thing, of course, that's getting a lot more support from modern technology and the technology boom that we're underway at the moment. And as I think I was talking to the founder of Gladiator Games yesterday, Jason, and we were just talking about the convergence of technologies, that's going on right now as part of the intelligence era that we're currently in. Maybe the fourth or fifth wave, depending on how you define technological waves of modern society, and since the Industrial Revolution, of course, in the 1640s. And here we are in what we call the intelligence age, and we've got the convergence of so many things coming together. AI, chip power, robotics. It really is exciting times. And of course, we've also seen recent announcements of sodium batteries and where that's all heading. So it's really, really, really incredible to see energy density is all coming to the party. Kind of the last big move there is the power density. And of course, the convergence of those technologies means that we're getting into the world of Terminator, essentially. So it is pretty crazy. So not bad. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now on the market. So quickly look at the. Let's have a look at the. And of course, that means more gold and silver required, right, and rare earths. So there we go. I thought I should wrap that up. But what do we got there? Fed interest rates, 1 week, 1 day, and 18 hours to go. But it's getting closer and closer. And of course, the market's expecting a 25 basis point cut, so taking us from 4.25% down to 4% on the federal funds rate there. So we're getting there. The cycle is beginning. We're hoping that we get a surprise to the upside. Remember, inflation's sitting around 2.9%, and a good rule of thumb is normally a 1-to-1. So you can tell we're way above the 1-to-1 right now, 4.25. But what we know about the Fed is that they moved late and they had to move fast, and they're also political, and then they had to, it's supposed to be neutral, right? And then we also know that they're moving late now, right? They're moving late. And so this means that there's going to be a bit of extra pain we didn't need later in the future. But in any case, we have got the interest rate decline has started, and that is good for markets because it means lower interest rates, lower cost of capital, and therefore people can borrow more and pump the markets. In addition to that, of course, we've got tariff revenue being collected by Trump, and he's teased about doing maybe a $2,500 payment to the American people. Of course, we saw the power of that with the old COVID check, and so people invest a lot of that. Then that's another additional boom, as well as record monetary supply, right? And the beginnings of the golden age of America just has to kick in. It does take like 9 to maybe 15 months to get that all set up, because you've got to build the factories and everything else. But as we know, they're all rampantly being made and built in the United States. So it's going to be 2026, 27 is looking absolutely boom time, guys. Really is going to be absolutely epic. All right, so let's jump away from that into the crypto. And we're going to have a look at the crypto markets, but let's change screen. We've got NJ's announced there's 650 million worth. That's cool, says NJ. replying to is in the moon. You guys having fun there? All right, let's go into the market right now. We got 3.84 trillion. It is up 1.5%. So we got green candles on the stock market. Really strong stock market day. Green candles on crypto. So we're back on track for October, are we? We're back on track. We had a little detour for 2/3 of the month, but the last third is going to be good. It looks like it. So we got Bitcoin right now is at $110,600. We're up 1.6%. So hooray, hooray, hooray. Let's take a clap for that. We've still got Ethereum huddling around 4,000. And, we know that Ethereum is disappearing off the markets. We've seen about 4 million or so Ethereum disappear since the ETH acquisition vehicles started buying about probably 3 to 4 months ago. And so that has gone from about 20 million down to 16 million or so. And that's probably just continuing to decline as it's being scooped up. And we know that markets don't necessarily work just linear like that. So at the moment, these acquisition vehicles are picking up ETH at very good prices, guys. And eventually it's going to have this trigger point where the market makers decide, let's go, and really start scooping up the price and pushing the price up towards the end of the year. As we know in crypto, things happen very suddenly. They can turn on a dime, and before you know it, you're in this big altcoin run, and magic money is made. So that's what we're looking out for, guys. Just when you think it's all gone, all despair is there, it really starts to take off, and so it goes from $4,000 to $8,000 before you know it, and you're going, how the heck did that happen, right? So just take note of that. So at the moment, and of course we get some good stuff coming out of this China deal. We get the interest rate cuts. Man, it's just absolutely game on, and the market's already kind of pre-running that a little bit. So let's see how we go. All right, so we've got BNB at the moment is at let's say $1,100, down 1.2%. Number 4, XRP is up 3.8% at $2.49. Now, I saw people talking about XRP, people being deluded. I think that the international banking system is going to run on XRP. I think they're a little bit ahead of their time. They're certainly going to play a role. But we'll see what happens here. The problem with Ripple, of course, they can just infinitely print XRP last time I checked. So that could be a big issue there. Number 6 is Solana, is up 0.7% at $190. Number 9 is Tron, up 0.7%, 32.2 cents. And Doge at number 10 at 1.9%, just under 20 cents there. All right, so top performer over the last 24 hours is XRP, up 3.9%. And the best performer over the last week has been, I guess what's down the least is probably the one we're looking at. Is it Bitcoin? No, Tron. Tron only down 0.3%, so pretty flat for the week is the old Tron, but Bitcoin not far behind. All right, so top performers in the top 100. We've got Pax Gold. Obviously, gold is record levels. So we've got Pax Gold up at the moment, up 6%. We've got Tether Gold there, up 6%. We've got Zcashing at number 41. I always laugh at Zcash. I don't know why. It's been one of the big mining coins, right? I'm not sure how that's going these days. We're up 2.6%. We've got Providence Hash as well. So we've got Hash and Zcash. They're both big mining coins as far as I remember from the old days. Up 2.5%, man. And then we've got DAI sitting at number 5 there. So not much, not very flash in the pan today. Just a lot of gold and so forth. So there we go. Top gainers. We've got Binance Life, BC Gamecoin, and Hajime there. Now, have you guys been on BC Gamecoin? I've been on there on that site. It's pretty interesting. We've got a couple of Asian coins in there as well. Looks like a meme coin there, Hajime. All right, so trending right now, Open Campus, Bitcoin, and Flicky are trending. So there we are. We've got a good day in the office, guys. Stock market's up, crypto's up, and we're getting ready to set the run up for the end of the quarter there. Maybe October will actually be October. We'll see. So far, this turning of events is looking good. All right, so that is it on the crypto markets. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well. If you guys haven't shared the show around on X, definitely get out there and share. Sharing is caring, as they say. And of course, the monster thread came out yesterday, so we're going to talk about that today too. So MBS Crypto, or Bill as he's called now, is out there, and he's been doing a great job as editor-in-chief of the monster thread, and of course a publication of the Kryptonite Show, and he works hard on that. And man, it is so good. It's so exciting when it came out yesterday. So we're going to talk about that. So let me set up some of those things. But in the meantime, hit the repost button on X there. It helps a lot. All right, let me pull up some of the stuff because we've got lots to talk about. We're going to pull up the good old Torus. We're going to talk about Torus today. of course, from Cryptographics, one of the big PulseChain and TitanX influencers, as well as now a big project founder, doing some really genius sort of frontier stuff for crypto. We're loving it because he's really pushing the frontier of tokenomics, mixed really ROI and staking tokenomics together, flipped a few things on its head, and before you know it, magic. So we're going to be really following the journey there with Torus and that. So it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about. All right, so I got that set up. What else do I need set up? I need, let's pull up the cryptographics. Let's pull up cryptographics on X. Cryptographics, let's see, bam. Now we're expecting a big protocol launch at some stage too from Cryptographics, so it's going to be fun when that comes to the market. What else are we going to talk about? We've got the Strategic ETH Reserve. I didn't talk about that, but we are going to talk about it with PulseChain instead. And we're going to talk about Richard Hart. So we've got all that set up. We're going to talk about the markets. So I think we're looking pretty good, guys. I think we are looking pretty good. There's one other thing I was going to bring up. So let me do that. And I think we're just about there. And normally I would have it all set up, but it's a bit behind the times, as we say. And I was in there, talking to teams, actually project teams before the live stream. Getting out and about amongst the project teams. I don't know how many influencers. I guess there's a few. I've seen a few influencers on Telegram amongst the groups. Not as many as I would have thought, though. There's only so many influencers actually. I think a small crowd of influencers. At least streamers that are amongst all the Telegram groups. That are amongst the people. I like to say amongst the people. What do you guys reckon? I think that's pretty cool. But if you look around, I'm always surprised. I'm like, I see Cult DeFi out there. I see a few others, Ali Kane and a few others out there. But there's not many. I'm in dozens of groups, just lacking the crossover. So if you're in some Telegram groups, I really encourage you to jump into other Telegram groups. I really encourage you to be quite open with your Telegram group. There's quite a few closed groups, and I don't think that really works very well. If you are a Telegram, mod or admin or owner or something like that, try and be a bit more open with your chat, and obviously get rid of scammers. Everyone has to get rid of scammers, but definitely maybe change that tone. There's quite a few closed-minded Telegrams groups out there, so I do encourage you for that. And we're going to try and help out a little bit with that from the Crypto Night Show. So we've got some idea that we've been thinking about, and we might bring that to fruition and have that on the live show. So keep a lookout. If you're a project team, definitely get into the Crypto Night Show Telegram. We're going to shake things up again. We've already done it on a couple other frontiers. I'm going to do it again in the Crypto Night Show, so it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, now let me see where I'm up to here. Just double checking on some stuff. Just give me a moment. Normally I would have got all over this already. I'm not sure if we've got much there. Let me quickly check this one thing. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. And let's see. Let's see. Let's see. No, I thought we'd have something there. All right, so we're going to leave it there. Maybe we'll cover it a bit more tomorrow. But let's get into the main stuff there. We've got Crypto Cruisy in the house there, LFG. Let's go. Absolutely, let's go. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, we're on the wrong page. All right, we're on the wrong page again. Richard Hart, is that where we're supposed to be? Yeah, it is. And I'm about to sneeze for some stupid reason. That's the worst thing on live stream when you're about to sneeze and you're like, oh, I don't sneeze. Actually, we've got having a little trouble here. Do I have to log on? No, we're fine. Having a little trouble here with rendering on the old X as well. So we've got some new messages from Richard Hart. And, of course, he put out yesterday that, all these websites were down. I don't know if it was AWS or something. But anyway, PulseChain, of course, is up and running when all these big sites were down, even Coinbase and stuff. 14 hours ago says, want to play with something that works right now? PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, Pump.tires are doing just fine. Well, so many things are offline. So really, really excited there. Everyone's pretty happy about that. What else? We got that from Richard Hart. We also had this just an hour ago, so hot off the press pretty much. So crypto Twitter, at what point are you going to publicly give us a shout out for having better uptime reliability for 5 years? Now is okay. Now is okay with me. So PulseChain, of course. So Richard's really leading the way, guys. It's great to see him back. and he's doing what he can at the moment to get everything moving forward. Fantastic stuff. So looking really good, and it gives the PulseChain SAC funds move, right? So it gives a lot of comfort there, doesn't it? Give a lot of comfort there that things are in good hands. So let's go to the strategic ETH reserve, and we can actually see that we had the big movements yesterday, which I covered just after it happened. So it was kind of cool. The timing was pretty good with my live stream yesterday, and we can see, look what's up there. Look. So we had a few. Last update we had was Bitmine immersion. Then we had on the 20th, we had ETH Foundation down 2,400. We had On-Chain Foundation up 3,000. Then we had the PulseChain SAC down 160,000 ETH. Oh, whoa! So that was pretty cool. And then we got Zentry there as well, which is pretty cool. In fact, I could bring up look into richardhart.com, and then we'll see that. This is from Gerardo, of course. And we can see there's still 858 ETH there. So what happened? So obviously the PulseChain SAC was sitting at number 5, and now Digital is sitting in that spot, and they've got 150,000 ETH. But if we scroll right down here to number 51, we can see that PulseChain SAC is now sitting at 51, and this balance is showing 715 ETH, which is interesting. It's slightly different from the look into Richard Hart one. But yeah, that's showing 715. Now I think this site gets updated, less often, but it's funny that the ETH amount showing is slightly different there. But in any case, we're still there, guys, at 51, but we're down at 51. So we're at number 5. But where's the ETH gone, right? Tornado Cash somewhere, mystical out there. Now, I guess if you had the right sort of analytical tools, you might be able to find where that the ETH has gone, given if you had enough balances of all the ETH addresses. Presumably you might be able to do that, unless, of course, went into some protocols or something. But yeah, there's probably some technology out there that possibly could do that, which is pretty interesting. So talking about people that do that sort of stuff, well, we've got Crypto Solve, which is one of our 3 what I call analytical influencers, along with Ben Sierra and another chap. I just keep forgetting the name of. But CryptoSolve there said, look, we speculate this as part of a bigger move to run the entire treasury through Tornado Cash. As much as the community enjoys wallet watching, it has its downsides for those trying to make strategic movements. PulseChain Treasury as a marketing tool didn't really land. Having it listed in the strategic ETH reserve may not have had the intended result. Of course, it's an opinion, but that is where it is. Time to make wallet watching much harder. We're here for it, or just bridge it all in, whatever works. So obviously we saw all those transfers out as well, which is pretty cool, and so on. So yeah, we had a lot of comments into that. But then that was like 14 hours ago or so. Then we had this one 23 hours. Oh, it's been longer than 24 hours ago. How long was that comment? Anyway, so but then we had this one 23 hours ago from CryptoSolve. This is likely to become a make or break moment for many PulseChain community members. More SAC funds are being moved as we speak, and we expect they'll all end up in Tornado Cash, at which point people will swing one of 2 ways. It's over, we've been rugged, or analyzing the funds as bullish. Now moves can be made without wallet watchers. So there we go. Which camp do you fit in? That was from CryptoSolve. Then we had, I think this one's 21 hours ago. Now this was really reposted by a lot of people, right? So this one here from Look On Chain, and they've got 653,000 followers. So this is not a PulseChain platform. This is a general crypto one, and they gave a lot of press to this. So they're obviously picking up that 160,000 ETH. It doesn't move every day. And they got wallet suspected to belong to Richard Hart, Wynn, founder of Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX, transferred 153,000 ETH, 6.8 million to a new wallet over the past 5 hours. He previously bought 162,937 ETH to 620 million across 25 wallets between March the 4th to the 8th, 2024, at an average price of 3,800. He also deposited 9,500 ETH into Tornado Cash over the past 6 months. So they highlighted all these transfers here and so forth of all these moves. Look at that. Bam, bam. And so that caused quite a stir, not just in PulseChain, but in the crypto market, which is pretty exciting. So you can see all that stuff there. So that was reposted by quite a few. You got people like Liberty Swap there, welcome to PulseChain, where the fun begins. And we also saw at the time when we saw this PulseChain SAC that welcome to PulseChain was trending on X, right? Which is awesome. I did my own post on welcome, to contribute to that. Welcome to Pulse. If you ever see something that's trending on PulseChain, you should always get out there and help make it trend even more. So got out and did that. Bitcoin ETH struggles with Wall Street manipulation. Solana is plagued with VC dumping and peer-to-peer gains that benefit no one. BNB chain is Binance exclusive playground, bases everyone's exit liquidity. PulseChain is the blockchain where everyday investors experience the true spirit of crypto and have a real chance to win. So I like that. Hurrah, hurrah from Liberty Swap. Crypto Coffee, one of our biggest influencers, also said PulseChain is the only one left where VC insiders don't destroy the chart at the expense of retail. Did you know the Sacrifice wallet bought Hex, Pulse, and PulseX last year around this time and actually pumped things? PulseChain is for the people. So that's from Crypto Coffee there. Shellgate says massive PulseChain pump incoming. So people have different views of what's going to happen with the funds. I myself think it's obviously you don't want to spend it all. You want to utilize it through some form of DeFi, whether it's stablecoin collateralization, whatever it's going to be, fractionalization. It could be lots of different options there. Maybe just scraping a little bit off every year. I mean, there's lots of approaches that you could use that money. Obviously, the ETH price hasn't really pumped yet to billions of dollars. So why would you spend the SAC funds at $750 million when it could be worth $2, $3, $4, $5 billion in the future? So there's different ways of scraping that, maybe scraping a bit of value off that every year and creating more value on the chain. So we'll see what happens with all that funds there. You certainly don't want to spend it at break even, do you? You don't want to spend it at break even. So that's kind of where we are right now. Got the little Richard Hard jiggle there. And so a lot of responses to that. So it is pretty interesting stuff there from CryptoSolve, giving us some nice little insights there as well. So we'll look at some of the stuff there. Right, so that is some of the stuff there. I'm sure there's a lot of other posts that have been put out over X on that and different opinions. We'll try and keep track of that big story for PulseChain. We've got Gladiator Games in the house there. Markets are looking promising. They are indeed looking promising, Jason. That's true. So yeah, we covered the stock market and crypto markets. They're all on the turn. It looks like we may get some settlement around the China tariff issue with rare earths, and that means I can't see too much else out there that could hold us back. And it looks like they're still progressing the Russia-Ukraine issue. Looks like it's making some progress. So I think we're heading pretty well for the big run at the end of the year and into next year. Heart with Dogs in the house there. Good morning, Superman, everybody watching the stream. A big shout out to the Hog anime series, man, looking awesome. And the next one, of course, coming out with the Chronicles with Somi and Pikachu. It's looking pretty exciting. So keep a lookout for the interim anime series between seasons of the Pulse of the Fallen. So check out the Hog out there as well. We got Tintop in the house there. What's up, Hexagons? Good to see you, Tintop. Big shout out as well. Yeah, if you guys are founders out there, you're watching the show, I do encourage you to get into the Kryptonite show. We're going to do, probably start doing some special stuff on the live stream with projects. So definitely get in there if you've got other teams that you want to get in there too. Invite them into the Telegram group. I think the links are in the video descriptions on YouTube and also pinned to or at least showing at the top of the X profile as well. We'll probably be doing a thing out there later, but we're just going to firm out the concept and we'll get back to you on that. All right, so cool stuff happening here. Let's get to the markets. PulseChain, we've got a little bit of baby green candles. Yesterday we had, basically 10% up. So we're not getting the, compounded daily big move yet, but we have at least stopped bleeding down to the downside. And we seem to have bounced at 2,700 on Pulse. So we got Pulse at the moment at 3,100. That is just down a fraction today. We've got PulseX at the moment at 2,080, down 2.5%. The buy and burn at 7.93%. One PulseX at the moment will get you one Pulse will get you 1.5 PulseX at right now. And then Hex and Signum token $1.28 is up by 1.7%. And Hex at the moment is at 6,800 of a penny, down 2.7%. But EHEX is pretty much the same as yesterday, 2,300 of a penny. Come one PHEX will get you 2.97 EHEX at right now. So it's basically a 1-to-3 ratio at that. So let's jump over to the gas prices. We've got 1 million beats, 1 cent for a PulseX swap, pretty good. Validators at the moment for 53,252. So it looks like we're actually down about 140 from yesterday, I think. Bridge at the moment, we're 102.8 million, so that's looking pretty solid. EHEX is not fallen back down. So kind of cool. But let's actually have a look quickly at my snapshot, shall we? Let's do that and see where we're at. I think this is the latest one. Let me check this out. What date was this? This was the 8th of December. So this is 13 days ago. Basically, let's just round it off at 2 weeks. Not quite 2 weeks, but almost. And so we had at 112.4 million then. We're at 102.8, so obviously a big difference. So yeah, what's that? 9.5 million, let's say. Just over 9.5 million. And so we had, what else? How much ETH did we have? That's probably the key thing, right? We had 6,180 ETH, so we've got 6,250. So we're up about 70 ETH from 13 days ago. Our DAI was at 20.6 million. We got 20.16. So we're down maybe $380,000 in DAI. USDC was just under 16.9. So we're at 15.9. So we're down about 1.1 million around it. And then so USDC has been the big hit, which is kind of the funny one because we've got ramp now and all that. They bring in USDC, saw some mini-meal USDC. So yeah, we've had some obviously some big whales, sacrifice whales, etc. During that time. Coast is at 11 million, and that's looking pretty good. I think I was going to sneeze there again. We got 5.4 million, and we're down about 200K on USD Tether. And Bitcoin's down slightly as well. We're at 25, now we're at 24. So ETH has been the one that we've gained on, but the stables are still down, and we're still looking for that big capital reversal. That's one of the key fundamentals signs on the chain. So we'll keep a lookout for that. We just need a bit more green candles, and I'm sure that capital will flow. We'll see the capital flow in. Right, so we got lots of hearts there from DGN. I appreciate that, DGN Hexkin. 5555 for the win, absolutely. And we got Nanteri as well on your Superman. I appreciate that. Shout out. Yeah, we're coming up pretty soon to Torus and Unity. So for those that have arrived, it's on very soon. All right, so that's kind of where we are with the markets there. Let's jump over to the PulseChain results. We're going to check out the results now. 13.9 million. So we had about 12 million yesterday. That's a pretty low day for a Sunday, typical sort of thing. We are coming into Monday though, so it's still pretty low actually for Monday, but kind of ramping things up a little bit. So 13.9 million. Let's see if we can get back in the 20 millions tomorrow, next day. But at the moment, 13.9 million. Now, we've got obviously a lot of new coins that launch. I'm not endorsing any of them, right? You guys know I typically cover the top 100 trending on Deck Screener every day. But at the moment, we've got XRU 6900. That has been around for 9 hours. That's up to 2,300%. We've got a lot of honeypots and other things. So some of these may or may not be. I haven't done any checks on those. So just don't just because I'm talking about it. Don't know. It could be good, could be bad. I've got based there. Dev is based. I've been around for over a month. That's up 157%. We've got Pump Tires Hex right now is up 90% on this pair versus Pulse. Let's have a quick look at this one. And we can see it just got pumped. So a bit of a market make come in there, 185K, and it was only doing maybe $9,000, $2,000. Now it's just 185 and got pumped to the moon. So it's up 92% right now on that. Let's go to the weekly chart. There's the weekly chart. So looking a very good weekly chart, the way that's been printed, little W, and then bam, up we go. So looking pretty good there, the old Hex on the old pump tires. Zero Trust right now, been over for a month, up 11% as well. And that's been very popular lately, hasn't it? Seems to have some sort of association with Liberty Swap there. But that's doing pretty well. Let's go have a look at the daily chart. Yeah, that's the daily chart there. So another good looking chart there. That's what else we got. A voucher course, the number one validator on PulseChain. We talked about this pretty decently yesterday, but that chart starting to recover after that big huge run up. And we sort of bottomed down at 4 zeros, 3,500. We're now at 5,300. So we're up quite nicely there. 10% today, but over the last few days, we're up about 30%. So vouch there, back on the move. It looks like, guys, RSI on the daily is only at 51. So that could have quite a good run. Maybe that's the tip of the day, is it? The big voucher. So it could be. Let's get a little magical twinkle. Yeah. All right, so there we go, vouch on the move. And I would say, one of our blue chips now, right? It's the setup with the number one validator and the reflection revenue. And got a good leader at the helm. It looks like that could be a very good project moving forward. We've got PTC the Greys with UFO sitting up 10% there as well. X up 9%. Trump up 9.6% on the old pump ties. RSI oversold up 7.8%. We've got Top Hat up here as well with the boy, we're moving around here with Peacock up 7.7%. So a quick look at Top Hat from Crypto Coffee, and that is looking really good on the day there. That pairs with Peacock, not PLS, and that is looking really good. So Peacock looking good, Top Hat looking good there. Swarm at the moment up 7.5%. Dev Coin there, another one that's gaining a little bit of niche popularity there, up 6.7% as well. Teddy Bear from James Maria was really good yesterday, still holding up pretty well between 15 and 23 here on the pairs. That's up about 6% or so, 5 to 6%, depending on which pair you're on. What else there? Troper is in there as well, 6% as well. So Troper, Teddy Bear, and James Maria's not too bad today. What else? PGC the Greys, of course, another what we call a blue chip, and that is up 5%. Let's see how that's looking. Still hasn't had a breakaway yet, but certainly a nice bounce, and it's gaining some support there. So is the bottom in for this, right? So definitely going to know by the time, I think, at this critical point, we're kind of just before that point where we can find out. We've got plenty of room in the RSI. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. Certainly the final confirmation would be at 28.50. But we're quite right at that precipice now of getting a little bit of confirmation here because it recently bounced from there. So yeah, we've bounced off there a couple of times, haven't we? Exactly where we are right now, 2200. And we had to hold that 1650, 1700 mark. We did that. So RSI is cooled off too. Plenty of room to run on the old PGGC. But it is facing a bit of competition too from Vouch and Peacock. So it's not. It used to be kind of the main one in town, right? The blue chip has got some pretty big bag holders. So it's got the locking and the staking. Prairie Banana is like the main influencer covering it, and man, does an awesome job with that on a regular basis. So if you want to check out, find out his opinions on things, set it up. But there are, obviously a lot of players involved with that. I think B Roots was shilling it the other day, so to speak. So you see where it's going there. But of course, that is off the bottom there. So that is where PTC the Greys is. What else do we got? Some other ones down here. We got Unity, which we're going to talk about. So we'll pull up Unity. We're going to talk about that. So I'll pull it up separately. Love.io is here at 4.6% up. Number 24. We got the Pump Tires Die up at 3.9% as well. Let's have a quick look at Pump Tires Die. And let's see where that is at. So that is bouncing the last couple of days as well. So everything on PulseChain last couple of days looking a little bit better. Now we've got Peacock, of course, and Stake Deeds. So Peacock here at number 29 and 30, and looking like definitely one of the blue chips now on PulseChain. MemeFi blue chip though. Is it the only MemeFi blue chip? Well, it may not be. Depends. Is Bria going to get support as indicated on the old CoinWell as the AI agent? And then, of course, in the battle of the memes on Coinarchy, that's expected to launch at least CoinWell in early November. So we could have two MemeFi coins. I guess there's one or two others out there, but you let me know what you think about that. I don't know. Do we include reflection taxes in a MemeFi? And let me know. I mean, they're kind of, but you really, when I'm thinking of MemeFi, I'm thinking about, does it have a business model behind it that's actually, buying up the coin? So whether it's a DEX or whether it's a bridge or a swap or something like that, I think that's kind of where I'd put it in the blue chip. Fiction tokens, I wouldn't put them in the blue chips, except unless they were large, particularly large, maybe. And that's kind of why I think PGC the Greys fits in there. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Interesting topic. We've got some other stuff there. We've got Pepe right now at number 30. Oh, before we do that, let's have a look at Peacock's price. I think we're gonna have a quick look at that and see where that's up. 3.5% today. Let's see here. So that, looking pretty good, isn't it? That's looking really good. RSI's cooled off to 64. And so we'll check that out. Let's look at the pulse ratio. Pulse ratio there. Let me go to the daily. Looking pretty good too. 378 pulse per one Peacock right now. That bird is flying. Guys. The bird is flying. All right, so let's check it out. What else there? Pepe right now, number 30 is up 3%. SolidX is in the mix there with the INC token. We've got Most Wanted at number 33, up 2.8%. UFO at number 36, up 1.8%, etc. So we've got a few little gainers there. At the moment, we've got Doubt and UFO sitting there, but X Game, which we're looking forward to a launch before the end of the month, last time I heard. and that's at 3.6 cents, and still looking like an absolute powerhouse. Is the old X game there, and of course on X game following that we should see something happen with SolidX. So those plays are still out there waiting to happen. But X game at the moment has played out very well. What else there? We've got 9mm down here at number 44, up 1%. And then we've got a few others that are in the mix as well, up, just slightly in the green as well. So we won't talk about all those, but those in the play. Down the money that are slightly out of the money right now, Teddy Takeover, Oink Piggy Bank down just 1%. I mean, these are very marginal, pretty much flat, aren't they, at 1%. SolidX is $3.43. Made a little bit of a move last night, $3.55, 56. But really probably going to wait for that staking and the X game launch before it really starts to move. I mean, possibly see a big rotation back into it as well. Keep a lookout for that. Hex down here at the moment. What a steal. 2/3 of a penny. Come on. That's pretty good, right? And then further down, let's have a look at some of these other ones. We've got Sparta down here. We got Source and Minimum down here. 6.5 cents. What else there? Doge and Pepe. Pepe, of course, was the star performer. And the chart is still looking incredible. Look at that. Look at that chart looking really powerhouse there. The old Pepe meme and the pump tires right at 2,200 of a penny sitting down here right now. And so some real opportunities there. They're sitting at number 89. And it's down pretty big. But the ones that are down over 10%, well, we've got World's Greatest PDI Printer, Dominant, so the OG WebChef crew down there. We've got, PulseChain Maps are down here, Gas Money, another OG WebChef. When, of course, this was the launching on the back of Peacock, the old Fen coin there, down 25%, and Cryfagging, which was also doing very well for quite a few days, is now down 52%. So these two recent little stars have both been dimmed somewhat, We're going to talk about Unity later, so let's get into that. So Fen here, or Fen, I don't know what you're going to call it, and that is definitely being pushed down here. So you definitely want to check the RSI on that one. Cryfagging, which is a pretty funny term actually if you think about it. Cryfagging, classic Richard Hart. Well, let's look at the 4-hourly there, but that has definitely come down quite a bit. Let's look at the RSI on the old cryfagging. I know you guys like cryfagging. We get into that. I know it just makes me laugh, but that's probably why it did so well. So yeah, that is RSI is down at 44, but pretty volatile territory. But cryfagging there, finding a couple of support there over the last 12 hours around this price range at quadruple 062. RSI down around 44, so really testing that level there. All right, so that's cryfagging. So that's pretty much it overall, guys, for the crypto markets. We are going to get into Torus and good old Unity, which we haven't talked about for a little while because we were waiting for the phases to go through. But other than that, we're going to get into the mix on these. I think it's going to be fun. I actually might go full screen on this too. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is Torus. This is on Ethereum. So yeah, this is on Ethereum, guys. Bam, that is on Ethereum. That's Torus. I'm going to talk about that first. Nitty Weary says Craig coin. Yeah, it was a Craig fagging. Sorry, it was a term made by Richard the other day, and then someone launched a pump tires on it and went to the moon pretty well. Well, it's, moon before it had a 50% correction now, but it was holding up pretty well, as you could see in the chart. Anyway, let's get to Torus, and this is the main event for the show. So big shout out to Cryptographics, actually crushing it out there. Everything's playing out pretty well as mathematically planned. Torus at the moment. So we're on day 103, guys. You guys know that when you go in to create, the max length is 88 days. So we're on day 103, which means that we are, 15 days over that first max length creation. So we're really starting to get into the life of Torus. We're in what I call phase 3, right? So phase 1 is kind of the first time, the first sort of like 30 days or so before we get inflation. Then between day 30, 35, let's say, and day 80, 88, 89 is kind of what I call a second phase. And that is when we got all the inflation coming out, initial inflation, which really ramps it up from, thousands of coins, tens of thousands of coins into a few million coins. Kind of that's kind of the range. And then we get into phase 3 between, say, day 89, where the first creations come out and they all sort of mass stake, presumably. And we'll get a bit of selling there too, and the price adjusts over that phase 2, beginning of phase 3 period. And then we get phase 3 where we get between them the creation date, day 89, and day 110. What's significant about day 110? Well, the fractal gets called, right? The fractal here has got all this value of Ethereum and Titanx if we're talking about Torus, PulseX and Pulse if we're talking about Unity. And this will all get flushed over into the buy and burn, building up the buy and burn balance. And as we know, this will be 100%, right? 100%, sorry, 1%, I should say, is the buy and burn value. Now, this has got daily allocation 1%, max is 10%. Now, the question is, does he change this as well? So does the fractal come over and he lifts it to 2% or something like that? It might depend on the price charts. It could be triggered later on. Obviously, you want to preserve the asset value, so it might stay at 1% for a while. We will see. He can turn it on and off at different times. So there's definitely a lot of games that can be played there. But in any case, it is going to be pretty exciting. So at the moment, the buy and burn is sitting at about $2,200. But if you bring the fractal over, you've got another almost $200,000 in there, aren't you? So that's pretty huge. So that could, really boost it up to like 4,000 a day. So we're really getting exciting. Now, the market will probably try and front run that a little bit, even though there's more inflation coming out in large numbers because people are staking and stuff. But that could be pretty interesting to see what happens with the price there. So we're still in phase 3. In fact, we're just over halfway, I would say. We've got another 7 days to go. So we're well and true. Well, actually, 2/3 of the way through phase 3. And we've got another 7 days to go until that gets called day 110. And you can see that it's going to be pretty awesome. So 110 days, guys. Woo! Exciting times, guys. So it's not going to be all the balance, of course. So I don't think, actually, it will be all the balance, I guess. But then it gets filled back up again, doesn't it? As people create more, as it flips back and people create more. So at the moment, we've got the creation at negative 32%. So obviously, you're not really going to create, are you? But you got the staking there at 371%. And this is kind of where we felt like it would get down to, right? Which is like 200-300%. And that makes it a fantastic yield still. Like, it doesn't have to be 20,000% like we've seen it in the past. It's 370%. It's pretty tremendous. Now that's on the total. On the daily, that would mean you're getting 4.2% a day. So pretty cool there. Now this does have a little bit of a trigger on it though, doesn't it? As you have to pay a 5% fee to get in there. So that will depend, and you can use ETH or Titanx on the old Torus. And you get a certain amount of shares, etc. So that's going to be really, really cool. Now, a lot of people, of course, getting all that supply out now, right? So we're going to talk about that in a minute, that you can use to stake. The buy and burn operating, right? So it's ticking away. And the other thing, of course, is the buy and build, right? So that's ticking away as well. There's obviously less capital in here now, but that is continuing to keep going. It's currently daily allocations are 8%. So they've ramped it from 1% to 8%, and that is towards the maximum. So definitely some plays have been made. Instead of 1%, they've really been fattening up that old liquidity there, supporting the price level of Torus. So let's quickly bring up the Torus price. So let's do that before we move on into some of the stats there on the old Torus. Kind of a cool phase right now. So we could see some real big action on the old Torus price in the coming week, guys. Maybe it's already seen some action here already. Look at that. So we've already seen some action here. Let's do a little circle. We like to draw here. We like to draw. Well, not really drawing, but we like to do some stuff. Drawing's not my thing. But this here, look at that. We've got that nice little uptrend there, little W in there as well, I guess you could say. But the next 7 days ticking away, and we've got what's that? We got the 21st, so let's say 28th or so. Let's say 29th, somewhere like that. And we've got this fractal being called. Could get a nice little run up here, guys. That's pretty awesome on the chart with that. So not bad. And then, of course, we're going to have that extra double buy pressure on the other side, right? So that could be pretty cool. We might get a real run up over on this chart here. Obviously not financial advice. We're just sort of playing out the logic here and up to the right there. Now, those are the bullish things. Having the increased fractal buy and burn, we might see a percentage change as well. That would be even more accelerated. And then, of course, we've got we're into phase 4 by that time, right? So phase 4 starts there on the day 110, and that's when phase 4 is basically my final phase, and that's kind of the maturity of the protocol. And that means that the supply and demand forces will just play out, and obviously the only tweaks that we might see, the buy and burn numbers or the liquidity. The other thing, of course, is we've got these other factors, right? So we've got the factors around his next protocol. So he's got some protocol that's going to benefit these protocols, something big. So that's potentially coming out soon too. And then the other thing, of course, is just the general market, where the market's at with Titanx, where the market's at with PulseChain and PulseX, where the market's at with Ethereum. All that sort of stuff's got to play out. So, and we're expecting to be very bullish. So that it gives wins behind the sale, as it were, for the old Torus and Unity. Nitty says Torus and Unity are brilliantly designed. Cryptographics has taken all the good bits from other protocols and rolled them into one. Yeah, he's done that, and he's added a bit more, right? He's added a bit more too. So he really is, it really is fantastic. And I've been, following ROI protocol tokenomics and staking tokenomics for years, as many of you that have been around for a long time would know. And we've been hunting for, close to the holy grail of these kind of ROI/staking protocols. Obviously, those are two opposites, really, aren't they? But he's kind of combined them, and it's very exciting to see it be sustainable. So it really is exciting about that. Hey, we got Randy Luskian. A big shout out there, staking my Unity. Yeah, fantastic there. A big shout out. If you guys, for the few of you that aren't following, Randy Luskian, go give him a follow. And of course, he does an amazing job. So Unity looking really good. And of course, X Game coming up as well. Now that we've got Randy in there, we've got X Game, and we're excited about that. We're big supporters of that on the Crypto Night Show, and you can see that out in the mouth. We're going to have fun with that. We should probably have another testing show, actually, shouldn't we? I did a testing show at X Game the other day. Might do that again in the next day or two, since it's expected to launch soon. Anyway, Torus looking really good, guys. So let's have a look at the supply side. So this is the conditionality of what we're looking at. So obviously supply matters, but it's designed. The supply is designed to go into the staking, right? So it's designed to go into here, and it has been. So we're going to look at that. So the stats at the moment, $11,363 in the daily pool at the current price. So 92,161 tokens for the day 103 payout. We've got 11.2% in the LP right now, 667,000 tokens. How times have changed since the beginning, right? The first couple of days, couple of weeks actually. We've got Stake Torus at 1.5 million. Woohoo! Isn't that cool? That's cool. That's what it's designed to do, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. So we've got the LP fattening up, with the old 8% LP as well. And then we've got the staked stuff there. That's exactly what's designed to do. We've got currently burned 606,000 tokens burned. So see you later. And then we've got liquid supply at 3.2 million. But of course, a lot of these coins are around break even and stuff like that. So you're not really going to see them dumping. People do dump, in losses, but it's really going to hold up on the average, right? So that's what we're kind of seeing right now, and that's pretty cool. And question is, these guys going to stake? What's going on here, or are they going to be eaten up by the next big protocol that cryptographic is going to be launching as well? So it's going to be interesting to see that play out there. So question mark there. Right. So we've got Torus supply, $656,000 right now, 5.32 million. Burnt, of course, we covered that. Stake, we covered that. Total shares at the moment, 12.5 billion. That's something you definitely want to keep a look out. Obviously, as more people stake, they get more shares. And they used to be a couple billion, right? Now it's 12 billion, so it's like 4x the amount of shares. Total X burn there, 267, as we say. But let's go to the June analytics. This is a really fun. Hey, it looks like we've got a little drop there from Randy Alasky too. Hopefully X Game this week. Yeah, super excited about it. So yeah, very cool. Could be the killer app that PulseChain and has been after. Of course, it's going to be multi-chain on BSC, BNB, and Base Chain. But we're excited about it. We really are excited about it. We think it can do some good things. Perfect time in the market too. Time in the market. It's going to be great. All right, so we've got Torus right now. Let's scroll down a little bit. I just want to have a look at certain stuff here. So future max supply is 19.5 a million tokens. And so at the moment, we've got cumulative supply here as well. We're just slowly climbing up. So what day did we say we're on? Day 103. So let's see where we're at day 103. So 6.625 million coins come out. Obviously, we burnt 606,000. So doing about 10%. And day 110, we're going to have 7.25, so another million coins out over the next week. But of course, then we've got the fractal kicking in the gear, and then we're into phase 4. And look at this, guys. So we've got this stable kind of market price right now, around about 12 cents. So we've had a nice little rally off the bottom there of let's say 7 cents, just below 7 cents. And now we're getting into a relatively flat period inflation or rewards. People don't like the word inflation, but it's actually a volume inflation, right? We're not talking about price inflation, very different thing. So here we go. We've got a very flat period. OMG, this is really queuing up for some magic. And I guess one question is, when is this other big new project that's going to be using these coins like Torus and I believe Unity as well? When is it going to be launched? Well, a good time for that to launch would be what? Just at the leading up to this next wave of Torus coming out, or would it be just somewhere in between, maybe halfway between? So you can decide, but certainly something I'm sure that Cryptographics is looking at this chart and saying, hey, when is that going to happen? But phase 4, day 110, and that's really the maturity. But you could say phase 5, right? Phase 5 would be, well, if he launches some big other project, which is brand new apparently too. You're talking about Frontier Tokenomics there as well. That could be a phase 5, right? Because it's such a major event, and that could really change the supply dynamics here. So and got some interesting questions there as well. Now, if you guys have been in some of the X spaces and places like that, listening to Cryptographics, maybe have a few little blues clues on that. But that's kind of where we are at the moment. So exciting times. And look at this play out so well. So we had all the creations come out. Look at that. And then we've got this flat wave, right, which is showing up in this chart. Flat wave there, right, flat. And then we've got all the staking coming out later in the future. So this in-between time is a really fun time. This in-between time is a really fun time. You guys can decide. Anyway, all right, we're having fun with that. So, yeah, man, it's looking really good at the moment, the old Torus there. And we've got 2,140 creations, 894 stakes. So obviously staking has really taken off. We can see that the creations, decreased, and we can see that the staking increased there. So that flippening is pretty logical. And of course, that matches what we see with the old earning switch over here, the flippity flip flop. And staking is the thing to be. But there is a lot of liquid out there at the moment. So even though it's had very good results with these three factors, the LP, the Torus, and the burned, we've still got quite a bit there, 3.2 million. But it's pretty much flat, and the market is just sitting on it. It's matured. It's kind of a maturity phase, but I think there's a second phase coming up for that. And which is what do we say down here? Where we go back up here, which is in here. This part here, we've got this little flat period, right? This is just happens to be just after day 110, after the fractal comes out, and it's pretty flat, and that's pretty solid all the way up. I would say, I don't know, I'm going to argue somewhere between day 158 and 162, and then you never know whether we get the other protocol, right? So good times right here for quite a bit of time. 50 days, almost 40 days, let's say 40 days around the world. And we could see some magic happening there with the old Torus. So we're going to see how that goes, and also see how much more staking occurs as well during that time of that existing supply in particular. So that's kind of where we are. 12 cents a Torus, looking pretty good, guys. I'm liking what I'm seeing there, especially over the near the short to midterm, let's say. And looking good. And then, of course, have some adjustments again with that inflation, subject to whatever Cryptographics brings out at that time. He's looking at the chart, so he's thinking about timing as well. And but then we'll see another, maybe a fifth phase. The fifth phase it just appears out of nowhere. What's that movie with the alien invasion? It's like 5 waves, is it? So 5 waves, something like that. Let's get to Unity, because we need some Unity on PulseChain sometimes. We need some Unity. Well, Cryptographics is offering Unity, and Randy Olasky is staking his Unity. So there we go. He's loving the yields. So pretty good play there. So we've got this is obviously behind Torus. Torus launched first on Ethereum with Titanx. This launched on PulseChain, and of course I covered that pretty in full the first couple of weeks as we're moving. In fact, probably the first 6 weeks or so, and then we got into wave 2, right? And wave 2 is kind of just supply coming out and the price adjustment. So there's not too much for me to say about that. And so we've just been waiting for it to really go through the phases. So we're on 2 months and 2 days. So let's have a look at the time. We're on day 64. Remember, we're waiting for the end of day phase 2 is like day 88, day 89. So we're still going through that, probably halfway through that now, or just over halfway probably. So let's have a look at the earn or yield. So we're still in the positive on the ROI, 1,174%. In fact, it's been holding up pretty well, hasn't it? And we saw a big wave of adoption, bigger than we saw on Torus at the beginning. Probably a little bit of a quieter period as PulseChain's been going down. When you've got PulseChain going down, you've got headwinds, right? So you can be doing good things in your project, but you're up against those headwinds, and you want that headwinds to flip around so that the wind is in your sails, and that's kind of what a lot of projects are waiting for right now. And it's something that's going to happen. It's going to be accelerating, right? So it's going to be great. So that's where we are right now on staking. We've got 3,359%. So people are highly encouraged to stake because it's a better yield. So when you get those Unity coming out, people should generally be wanting to stake them and get that sweet yield there. And of course, they have a 5% fee to pay in for that. We're at 69 cents. So we're still getting inflation adjustment, but it hasn't been too bad. We had a big one the other day, 4 days ago. We got down to 56 cents. But what do we peak out at? $23.94, and now we're down here at 56 cents. But this was always known. We knew that we'd have to adjust for the inflation coming out. So let's have a look at the yield right now. It's still 38% a day based on that. Now we know that's going to adjust down, right, as the price continues to adjust to inflation or rewards coming out. And at the moment, we've still got a pretty awesome. What do we have? 13,000 on Torus. We've got over $500,000 here on showing up on the Unity at the moment. And what else? Do we have with the tokens on there? It doesn't show the token values, but we got what am I on here? I'm on the buying bid. It's my bad. I'm on the buying bid. So we had $66,000 here and $162,000. So we're still burning, $2,200, I guess, as a buy and burn. It's currently set at 1%, so it's still there. Interesting enough, we saw that Torus had already, because well advanced on day 103, 102 there, and we saw that was at 8%. We're at 1% right now, and that'd be interesting if you go back and look at the Torus and when that was triggered. It'd be interesting to see where that might be triggered here on Unity. And we're at 1% right now, and obviously when inflation was coming out or rewards were coming out, they lifted the allocate, the buy and build there to protect and cushion the price there a little bit there, and mature the project. Unity right now, 40,150, so that's $1,500 a day there, as well as the buy and burn pressure. And of course the fractal right now, which is only going to get called on day 110. That's well in the future from now, and that is what's another 50 days, 40 days, 45, 50 days. That has got $170,000 there, so it'll be another $1,007 buy and burn pressure there added to this 2,200. Should depending on what this will be, of course, by day 110. And of course, people are still coming in and still maybe creating as well. Looking at the stats, we've got 95,000 tokens. We have 92,000 on Torus on day 103. Here on day 64, we're at 95,000 on a good old Unity. So $66,000. I think we were already at 13,000 on the Torus, I think it was. And here is our numbers. So they're very different, of course, because it's much earlier in the life cycle of the project. Liquid supply, 9,300. Supply and LP, 75,000. Pretty awesome, eh? That's pretty awesome. Staked Unity is 125,000, so it's looking really good percentage-wise. And burn Unity, 83,000. So, still much earlier in the cycle, but man, not much liquid around, is there? 93 there. And of course, that's probably helped quite a bit with the price there. Now, we're going to get into the shares. At the moment, we've got 3.2 billion shares. Obviously, more people stake, the more shares there will be. Remember, there's only ever going to be a max of 125 million Unity, and quite a bit will that get burned off, maybe 10% at this stage on the current run rate, but that may decline as well. So, but in any case, it's the maturity of the project that counts, and you're just going to get through those, price selling waves and get a mature price, and the project is up and running, right? That's kind of the idea there. What else there? We're on day 64. Let me jump into we're going to look at the log scale, and we can see that what day we're on. What do we say? Day 64 again? Yeah, 64. So let's jump into here. So 64, and we're ticking away here. So we're still going through this initial inflation phase that we had since we joined it in day 34. So even here on day 64, we're still getting these sort of additional increases around 15,000. That's going to run all the way through. Essentially, we do get some bigger candles up here, quite bigger candles. Instead of 15,000, we've got some other big candles, 58,000. And we're coming up to 2 big days actually. We've got 61 and 60. We've got another 60,000 coins coming out there, 65,000 coins plus the additional ones. So we are coming still into additional inflation there, and with the staking so high with the rewards that we saw, we may see actually, it'd be interesting to see a higher staking ratio, like amount, than we do on Torus actually. So that'd be an interesting question. Yeah, where was I going? Staking. Yeah. So over here with that 3,300%, looking pretty good. So we'll keep track of that. And then, of course, getting up to day 84, we start getting some of the big additions. So we jump up to another level from 10,000 to 100,000. And we start getting to the first 100,000 plus is on day 85. But we've got a pretty big day on 84 there. And then we get a couple of those in the run. And then we get to day 89, which is the first big day, right? The first max creation comes out. We've got 2.4 million coins coming out there, plus 16,000 stakes. So it's the first big jump there. And that enters us into wave 3, right? So wave 2, we're still ticking away from up to there. And then wave 3 from here, we get to all the way to day of 110, which we've got 38,000 coins, 40,000 coins coming out there. And that's when we get into wave 4. And then you can see already on wave 4, we've got all the stake stuff coming out after that, right? So we've got all that stake stuff come. And we do drop down to like 10,000 or so, 15,000, 30,000. But then we've got all that staking stuff coming over. So it flips over because of the yield flipping, right? Where we now got that, we now got the stake there being a high yield than creating. So that is pretty cool. So that is ticking away. We can see it on the cumulative chart, which is similar to the one we saw for the Torus. We've got this day 89 here, and we've got a big jump in inflation. Bam. So we're going to see the price continue to adjust from day 64, which is right here. It's going to continue to adjust there, probably at a softer pace, perhaps, than we see with Torus, which is at 13 cents. So that'd be interesting to see how much higher the price might end up landing on. And then a slow rise, no doubt. So day 89, which is phase 3, we see we see a bit of a quick adjustment. So we might have a bit of down pressure there on the price, but we'll probably have a lot of staking going on too. To day 8 to 93, and then we could see a slowdown in the price. In fact, may not see much price movement at all right through the day 110. And even after day 110, a very slow increase here in the inflation overall. So, I mean, these are a million, so like 3 million jumps here. But actually, the flatter curve is actually a positive. And we actually don't see really a big jump. It's quite a different looking shape. At the moment, we're still much earlier in the cycle. Obviously, more people are there. But given that staking is so big at the moment, day 147. So I think we might see some pretty strong performance from the old Unity relative to Torus, just based on this, quick visual here. Obviously not a full analysis, but yeah, pretty interesting. We've got Crypto Jack says, smash that like and subscribe. Absolutely. Pulse Beta says people are waiting for Torus price to go up a bit so they can sell some back into Tightnex to stake Torus. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good observation. Randy says, why do you think the percentage Uni staked is so much higher? I guess the depressed market impulse. Maybe there's the depression because Tightnex has been obviously in a depressed price for ages. So maybe just that sentiment, Randy. We saw a lot of people get in real early too, at a higher rate initially. And so maybe there's just a lot more patience there around staking. We obviously got a lot of Xkins around using, whereas Tightnex was more of an ROI ecosystem, even with the staking, whereas, PulseChain, we do have a lot more staking people. So maybe that's some of the contributing factors. Good question, though. Possibility says not up to day 88 yet, Randy, on Unity. Most gets released on day 89. Yeah, so we have to have that adjustment phase there. Thank you, sir. I just keep market buying and staking for 88, says Randy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Unity, yeah, the Unity's, I think, looking very good to me. Pulse Beta says it's a dilemma. Also needs funds to stake when Torus and Unity come out. Yeah, and then of course you got the next project from Cryptographics coming, right? So some interesting things there. Now people do have to pay that 5% fee, which is actually a pumpamental for the staking and feeds the system as well. So yeah, I don't. Last update we had was what day is it now? 21st. So we had an update here from Cryptographics on the 19th, so 2 days ago. Torus is about to complete 100 days since launch, and I'm in awe. I could say the trope 100 days of flawless operation, but that would never do it justice. Why not? Why not say it? Rich Hart's talking about 6 years of PulseChain and X. So you might as well. Taking an idea from models to reality and then watching it perform better than any model predicted over the first 100 days is truly mind-blowing. Seeing an incredible community form faster and with more understanding and conviction on the future of Torus in just 100 days is outstanding. And I think that's part of the other bit, Randy, is that people do follow leaders as well, and the more confidence they get with the protocol, with the maths, with the leader, with the vision, the better it is. And of course, the timing and the cycle, both for I think PulseChain, Tightnex, and Ethereum is fantastic. So. Maybe stars align for this one. Watching the buy and burn and buy and build do exactly as they were designed to create a floor price and the liquidity floor in just 100 days makes me unbelievably bullish. And that's kind of what I was highlighting there. He said it a lot more eloquently than I did. We've saw those charts, accumulative charts, and that kind of implies that this has happened as well, which makes it a very powerful protocol. It's going to be interesting. Now, we'll see how it goes. Seeing Titanx continuously burned at the steady state, climbing the ranks in the ecosystem, even when the market is crashing around it. That's true. And we are expecting Titanx to have a big hyper rally at some stage. And if you can get me accumulating it right now, let alone Torus, it could be pretty powerful, guys. We've still got all that ETH in there, right? So that ETH will be, I can't remember what was the number. I think $10,000 ETH, I think it was. I did a calculation. I think it was $100 million worth in there, and that's your own little magic carp ride over on Titanx, right? And I know there was an issue with the calling of that function. I just forgotten it, but that is pretty powerful. So we'll see what happens with Jake Sharp on all that, and of course he's got his protocol coming out to burn the old Titanx there. Not only has the burn rate of Titanx remained high, but Torus is attempting to close 5 days of green candles despite massive crashes all around it. It's like nothing else in the space, and it's looking good. The first 100 days has shown me that Torus is far stronger than I imagined it being and makes the future even brighter than I thought it would be. Uni is on the same track, only 39 days remaining until completes 100 days as well, and we've seen a slightly altered version of the same performance. So I think that if I look at it, I think the buy and burn is slightly lower, but the inflation profile is lower. So I think offset each other. So I think we're looking in for some pretty similar action there. But I kind of feel maybe Unity might even slightly perform better there. Just with the staking, that people actually staking. All of this to say after 100 days, I'm even more excited about the future of these two protocols and the communities that are forming around them. From the Azure Torus on Ethereum, so pretty cool. The dude there saying, well played, hats off, absolutely. We've got Rich Landon there, a few others as well. Looking pretty good. That was from Torus. And then Grizzle out here says, let it is on the 18th, so a day earlier. Might let out a few secret project picks. What other chart has done this in the past few days? And of course, that was against the grain, right? Against the grain, or we had the last couple of days we picked up, but it was pretty cool. Today's Torus claims not too shabby, so he was pretty happy with his 42%, 33%, and of course, remember you're compounding these percentages on each other, so it's a really nice, high yield conservative play, relatively speaking. Pretty awesome, and we're just still on this PulseChain to reverse, Titanx to reverse, ETH to get to that big rally. So timing's pretty perfect there. Cryptographics is probably nothing that Torus Fractal releases 174,000 into the buy and burn, nearly doubling the daily minimum buy pressure right before a 50-day window of low supply release, right? Yeah, and that's the point I pointed out. And man, this could be some magic happening. That could be a nice little magic play, especially that 40-day window. And maybe we get to the end of the 40-day window, he launches that other project, and pushes the buy and burn on. Who knows when that last little next sort of level goes? We'll see how he plays all that up. Right, Unity is looking like it will have a similar setup incoming, so kind of cool. Yeah, and so it's kind of mirroring some of the comments I made. So happy about that. All right, so that is pretty exciting, and that was all the way back there. Looks like the last X space he had was back here on the 7th of October, and I'd probably definitely listen to that if you haven't. He always gives lots of great insights. The buy and build has increased by 5x to both ETH and Titanx. Supply is now over 2.4 million tokens. That was back on the 7th, so that was 2 weeks ago. What is happening? Unity is looking strong, cruising along. There we go. Yeah, this guy can even rhyme. So there we go. So awesome stuff. So check that out. That's Cryptographics. I'm going to post the link. You'll be able to get links to all the handles there. You will try and get Cryptographics on the show again, probably coming up, maybe day 88, 89. We'll see how he goes for that. But that'd be really cool. He has created some magic in that project, and you can see that that 40-day window looking pretty damn attractive. All right, what else? PulseBeta says, how do you know about a new protocol when we don't know, Super? Because he's mentioned it, and PulseBeta's mentioned it. He mentioned it some time back. It is public knowledge, not private knowledge. Most important people get to know first. No, it's public knowledge, dude. It's public knowledge. Occasionally, I will get to find out about projects like any influencer when projects contact you or you're having conversations with devs. I mean, you do find out stuff then, but not in this case. No, he's kept that very tight-lipped as far as I know. He's just mentioned that it is coming down the line, and he says it's going to be frontier tokenomics as well. Right, us. What else? We've got a couple other people in the house. Yeah. This is pretty cool. Yeah. So Randy Alaski's staking his Unity, and very smart there. By the looks of it, those charts looking good. And X Game this week. Can't say enough about that. Really excited about that. So look at the quality of projects, man. You know, we've got Torus and Unity. We've got X Game coming. Come on, guys, got to get excited. Things are really ramping up. It's going to be so much fun. All right. Is that it? How are we doing for time? An hour and 20 minutes. Man, I've gone over time by 5 minutes. But it is what it is, as they say. It is what it is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What else? I think that was it. So Richard Hart is ramping up. PulseChain is looking. PulseChain's on the move. That is pretty cool. I want to just an honorable mention since we're talking about Torus, and that's on the Titanx ETH ecosystem. Is Ali Kane out today? Blaze Diamonds, guys. So big shout out. I ended up hopefully I've registered properly for that. There were still 9 left of these free giveaway diamond certificates for the new protocol coming up, and this is on the Blaze ecosystem, which has got that big ETH. They got their own ETH payout coming up if you get enough. I think it's 28 diamond NFTs. If you get one of these, you might still be eligible. Guys. So this is on right now. You've got to get in the Telegram. You've got to do some reposts, tagging in 3 people or something. But this is pretty cool, and I like this. I'm going to get to the card, but there's Pokemon cards. Pokemon. I'd love to see a Pokemon project on PulseChain. I'd love to see that. I don't know who's got the skills out there to put all that together. It sounds simple to do, but you think about the Pokemon's got all these features and history behind it. But I mean, I'd love to see a Pokemon one on PulseChain. I think that'd be another viral thing to do, right? There's a Pokemon type of collector cards. Collector cards they go in waves of popularity, but at the moment I think they're really right up there with stuff. People go to those big conferences or whatever you call it. What do you call it? Venues. That's not quite right. What am I trying to say? Those big things. What are those big shows? Fears? I don't know. There's some special name. Can't remember now. But I'd love to see that on PulseChain. I know Crypto Paradise with Nick Hellman. He collects them. He's actually got, was it Pikachu's or whatever they are and all the rest of it. I myself only just touched the surface on it. Watched a ton of videos on it recently, and I just thought, man, they are really, really cool. And of course, people collecting them. Sometimes people open up these one-of-ones, not just Pokemon's type stuff, Japanese stuff, I think it is, but also sports cards and stuff like that are pretty popular too, with baseball and stuff like that. So let me know if you guys are involved with that. Imagine having a project like that on PulseChain. I think that might actually take off, might actually be really good. And maybe like X Game potentially has a virality to it that might actually be a killer app, and that would be pretty cool too. So anyway, Blaze here. I went on a bit of a sideways there, but the Diamonds protocol is opening its Diamond Certificate store on the 22nd of October. I always get a bit weird for us because we do the days first and then months. So when I see months and then days, it just seems illogical to me, especially when we've got the years at the end. So I'm going to claim that. So 22nd of October, we are giving away the first 28 Diamond Certificate NFTs on the first come, first serve basis. And before the live stream, there are only 9 left. So if you want to get some free ETH certificates there, it could be pretty cool. We must do this before 8 p.m. on the 21st. That is only 4 days away, so don't procrastinate. So I think they'd already given out like 18 qualification criteria. Follow the Blaze official, so you got to do that. And you've got to X handle and snag the official Telegram link from there. Join the Blaze Diamonds Telegram group and post the words Diamond Certificate in the chat. Now, I don't know if I actually did that. Actually, I might double go back and check that. Tag 3 friends with the Blaze and X handle. Well, I definitely did that. What else is this? Follow Blaze. Well, I think I already followed Blaze. Oh, don't follow Blaze. What the hell? I'm a troll, guys. I'm a troll. I just followed. I sure is following them. I was following them. That's crazy. Anyway, so follow Blaze. It's terrible. As a Titanx, influencer, not just PulseChain, it's pretty embarrassing. But I was pretty sure I was following all the teams. Honestly, I say it true. I say it true. All right, so join the Blaze Diamonds Telegram, and I've joined, but I didn't write the words Diamond certificate. I have to go back. Should I do it now? I'll do it now while I'm live. Why not? Since we're going along over time anyway. Let me go over there and find the Blaze group. I gotta go play players. Got to claim my diamond NFT. I love this sort of stuff. I love these sort of collector things or diamond things. Diamond certificate. I think that's it. He's gonna laugh. Ali Kane's gonna laugh at me. He's gonna laugh at me again. He's gonna go, "You're hilarious, dude. You're hilarious." In fact, let me have a look who else is in here. Let me who else is in here. Just since I went in here originally, let me have a look. I'm just looking at in here at the moment. So get your free. I don't know. Yeah, we got. Oh yeah, it's so cool. That's cool. And I mean, just scrolling down here. Did he do it right? I gotta go back. I gotta go rescue someone else now as well. Someone else might have. Someone else might have type. This is hilarious, dude. This is hilarious. See, we can have fun with those too. All right, so I got to post this out. Did I post that? Yeah, I did. I already gave it a link. All right, tag 3 friends in Blaze. Yeah, I've done that already. And then create a direct message to the official Blaze account on X and provide a Telegram handle and wallet address that you want Diamond Civic sent to. Create a direct message to the official Blaze on X and provide your Telegram handle and a wallet address. Oh, I haven't done that part either, so I have to do that. Wait until the 22nd, and if you're one of the 28, you'll be sent it upon your launch. Now, I really like this idea. Now, obviously, there's a freebie, for the first 28 people, but the actual idea of this is actually pretty cool. I like this. This is pretty cool. So I like this as a certificate cards and card things. So that's grabbed my attention as well. So pretty cool. You can see I've tagged 3 people in there. Ali Kane's in there. We've got the Whipping Hand in there. Richard Landon in there. Man, Richard Landon's everywhere. Anyway, so we've got that going on right now. So participate. I think there's still some spots, guys. I think there's still some spots live. So grab yourself a free ETH NFT, man. Looks pretty good. All right, I think that's it. Is that enough? I think we've done enough. What a great show. I enjoyed it. Hope you did. Torus Unity. We covered that. We covered all the PulseChain markets. We covered the crypto markets. We covered the stock markets. We covered commodities. We covered interest rates. I mean, man, we covered it all. We got X game coming up. I'm excited about that. Woohoo! We covered Gladiator games over the weekend. We got a little bit of a gaming boom happening on the old PulseChain. That's got to be a good thing. Presumably, we're going to get lots of other projects coming up in the next few weeks. Let's name a few of them: Coinwell, Coinaki, Tetra, hopefully, Signum, hopefully. What else? Let me see. Mafia, hopefully the full game Mafia at some stage. Then we've got more games coming from Geyser. That's another Mafia game. 2 Mafia games on PulseChain. And then we're going to have, hopefully, we'll get PUSD ALGO, maybe not this year, maybe beginning next year, hopefully. All goes well. I mean, that all has to hit. What else is coming out? Probably get another game from the X Game crew from Firewell. And then there's lots of other projects being worked on in terms of DeFi. I think we've got another Balancer fork coming. Probably another Liquidity fork, probably. So yeah, we've got lots more stuff coming out there. And who knows, is Richard Hart doing a stable coin? Let's see. The PulseChain SAC is on the move. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Take care of everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. We're streaming on the PulseChain X channel. We're streaming on Superman Crypto. We're streaming on the Crypto Night Show. And we're streaming on X. So smash the subscribe and hit the follow button there as well. If you love daily PulseChain and crypto content, of course, we cover Titan X ecosystem as well, generally, from time to time. I'm just waiting for that to sort of ripen up. We also cover, we're going to be covering X1 chain from Jack Levin. That's exciting, guys. And of course, some of the breaking news from yesterday is that the XDEX will be out within a few weeks, which hopefully is within 14 days. So let's keep a lookout for that. I know they're working hard for that. We saw the Oracle being tested yesterday. So that's, I think it's possibly live. I'm not sure, but the Oracle there for price calls and stuff like that. That's huge. So X1 there, Solana 2.0. Let's say, could be pretty epic. So we're always looking for that next big opportunity in crypto. That's what it's all about. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. I might leave you with this, because I like this is my favorite video. This is my favorite video. As you guys know, I'll play it out on the way out. Take care. Catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment. because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.